And after? Suppose we retrieve something right after retrieving any information from the third-party system. Suppose we are retrieving a vehicle information. Okay, suppose a claim has been made and user has. We have a vehicle number for which the claim has been occurred right, so for which the claim has been created. So that for that particular vehicle number we are calling a service might be. We are calling a service just to check any previous claims on that particular vehicle. Okay, so that we can figure out, is there any fraudulent case or not? Right, so it can be. There can be a third-party system which is storing all the claims information. Past claims information. So we'll be calling that past claims information with the this information vehicle number and they'll be sending us the report. Okay, the report which they might be sending us we might be need to. Just there can be multiple things which we can do with that report. Either we can create new fields in the database. We can add that report in the database, right? Either we can store the data that particular report in the database. That can also be done. Or either we just want to read that report, that's it, and we want to do some other action item from that. That can also be done. So it depends on the requirement to requirement. Either we want to store the data in the database, whichever we are retrieving from the third party, or we just want to read the data from the third party. That's it, okay. So we have discussed about these four integration. So for Policy Center we have multiple integrations, like policy rating system, generally rating. What is the rating system? Rating system is something when someone enters the policy data right, so it will calculate what should be the premium amount of it, based on certain factors. So those factors we are providing as an input to the rating system, and that rating system with is calculating the premium amount and sending the premium back in the response to us. So generally in real-time right in us, most of the US projects, Guidewire doesn't calculate the premium amount. It's the rating system which calculates the premium. What guide system is provided by a third party? Yes, do you have any? I mean, what are the rating systems that are generally used in US? Glarender is the famous rating system. What is that, Glarender? I will write it for you. Okay, Glarender, they have their own rating system. So Guidewire system just integrate to the Glarender. Okay, they will provide some of the input factors, to the Glarender in the request, and in return it will calculate the premium amount and it will send the response. And in response it will send the premium amount for each and every company. So most of the insurance companies they use this system. I have seen 2 insurance companies which are using this system. So you can see this, Glarender. Okay, will that be a question in the interview saying what is the rating system? Yes, it can be a question, but this question is specific to the Policy Center, not for the Claim Center. Because premium amount generation, yeah right, all these things are used up, right? Yeah, Claim Center doesn't handle with all these. So you can see Glarender has multiple services, so they provide multiple API which we can integrate to. Okay, so Guidewire utilize this, but I have seen a Guidewire has its own rating engine also. But most of the why those clients are leveraging the information of that external rating engine. Why? Because suppose some X insurance company right? Suppose someone is using the legacy system. Some insurance companies are not using Guidewire, they are using the legacy system. So for legacy system, like mainframes, mainframes doesn't calculate the premium amount. They don't have any rating engine for them specifically. Okay, the mainframes. So what they do is they just take the data, they consolidate the data from the user, okay, and then that data has to be sent to some different system. Let's suppose a Glarender, and Glarender is doing that calculation. So now, when clients are upgrading themselves from Mainframe to Guidewire, right, so they don't want to risk their premium calculations, because it is something where financials are involved, right? So, while upgrading their system from mainframes to Guidewire, they want to keep their rating system to be the earlier rating system only. Okay, so that they will leverage the Guidewire only just to consolidating the policy details from the user, and that detail has to be sent to the Glarender, and they will do the rating. Okay, so that's how their integrity is also kept and their system is also upgraded to the mainframe, from mainframe to the Guidewire. Okay, so, but Guidewire has its own capability of rating as well. So if someone is implementing a new line of business, completely new line of business, they are not upgrading it, then most of the clients use Guidewire rating engine as well. Okay, and it's a part of. Application server. Like. Does it run on WebSphere or application server? We have Jetty in our local. We have Jetty server, not in local, but when you are talking about client thing, so we can have Tomcat, JBoss, anything. It can be configured and, as a developer, you will not be having those goals right. No, it will be done by the developers team. Okay, not the development team. Development. It is not supposed to tweak into those things I have done as a developer. I have done those things as well. Deployments, everything configuring Jenkins, okay, because I was into end-to-end role and the initial phase of my career, right, I have done all these things. Also with Guidewire. Setting up a JBoss server, setting up the Jenkins, okay. Setting up a pipeline wherein, when someone checks in the code automatically, the build will get generated automatically, it will be deployed, all these things. But these are out of scope of the Guidewire developer. These are something. If you want to just explore more, right, so you can explore these topics. Like cloud, we have cloud integration, right? So if you want to explore more, but basically that there are dedicated DevOps team for each and every organization which would be taking care of these Guidewire developer these. These servers have to be on-prem or they can be cloud these server up till Guidewire 10. These servers are on-prem only. Okay, but Guidewire after Guidewire 10. There is a capability of on-cloud server as well, where we don't need to have on-prem, but in right now, Guidewire Cloud, there are less than 5% or 2-3% of the clients only using Guidewire Cloud, because transitioning is something which takes time, right, and Guidewire Cloud is a very new to the industry, so it hasn't gained so much of the popularity yet. From the implementation point of view, so any clients might be moving. Yeah, they might be moving in near future to the cloud, definitely okay. But right now, most of the systems are on-prem only. Maybe 1, 2, 3 years, it will be the completely different scenario.